And YouTubers. Here we are. We've got another, it's the news special, okay? This is going to be a trend, I think, because it's just so fucking ridiculous and it's very sad out there. Before we move on, right, about these stories, I'd just like to say to society this. I'd like to ask society this one question, right? Which criminals, okay, which criminals did you prefer? Right? Did you prefer the ones in the 70s and the 80s? When I mean criminals, I don't mean your rapists. I don't mean your needless murderers and stuff like that. I mean your standover men, your thugs. You know, okay. I was in a bit of that. You know, just if you want to, how can you put it? You can't really say honest criminals, right? Decent criminals that knew how to do crime with minimal effects to people, mums and dads. Okay, they it's not football players. They stayed on the football field. They didn't go and try and kick a goal in the grandstand with all the people booting them in the head trying to make the goal. Okay, they stayed on the football ground. Okay, unlike criminals today. So which one would you prefer? Right, the needless, pointless home invaders that are out on bail and that. And then 16-year-olds out on bail, then they go and kill a Doncaster man, doctor, mind you, right? Okay, after ransacking his house, and they stab him, and he dies. Okay, you would have heard that story. If you didn't, look it up. Okay, it happened, right? Then the old man who was fishing at was it Mornington?
Can't remember.
Yeah, Mornington Pier, fishing. Old man just doing his thing, having a fish. And a 14-year-old that was out on bail, right, after smashing a 35-year-old woman's face in, right, he was out on bail for that, doing that, is now walking the pier and pushes this old man off the pier and thinks it's funny, right? And he's out on bail for that too, right? So we've got these home invaders. You showed this 18-year-old up-and-coming hockey player, right, ransacking houses violently and everything. He's 18, he's out on bail too. Right? And now, this is our criminal. This is what the criminals that are aspiring to. Okay. Ask me what I prefer. Yeah, it's not your channel. It's not Pussycat channel, okay? That I'm hungry channel, okay?
She's knocking me.
Yeah, this is my cat. She suffers from Alzheimer's. So we just be nice to her. Yeah. Get in here. Right. So, getting back to the story, right, or what I'm putting across, I think a lot of people would agree with me, right? Okay, crime is bad, but there's preferences of crime that you'd like, okay, and that you'd like the criminals that don't interact with mums and dads of this world, right? They stick within their own. The crime that we have happening now, it's not even crime, it's just fucking ridiculous, right? This is the first story. This is absolutely shocking. It's not even funny in any way, right? The next story is, it's shocking, and it's also, it's funny. Okay, the second one. Not this one. This one's not funny. Just have a listen to this. Right, I've turned it up. Okay, so Wankster Gangsters strike again. Okay? But this one is not funny. I won't be making any funny comments about this at all. Not at all. And that's serious, I won't. Just listen.
Two cyclists callously filmed as they were mown down by a car while they rode alongside the bay are in hospital with serious injuries tonight. Amber Johnston is following this story and joins me now. Amber, police have just confirmed that these separate incidents are linked.
Yeah, they have, Alicia, and in a disturbing twist, it appears the Hoons at the centre of at least one of the hit runs filmed their antics, posting the videos to social media. It shows a car hitting a cyclist with so much force, it shattered the front windscreen. Take a listen.
Have a listen to this.
The first incident happened on Beach Road around 5:20 this morning, involving a 51-year-old man. The second also on Beach Road a short time later near Tramway Parade in Beaumaris, where a 71-year-old man was hit. Then police were called to Central Ave in Blackrock, where an alleged
Now, I'm just going to pause it here because the police are critically wrong on this. Critically wrong. Okay? Unless this is a gay man, right? Okay? It's a woman. It's not a bloke. Have a look at the walk on this person they've caught on CCTV footage. Okay? They might have, it could be a man, but from where I was sitting and Mary, right? And Mary being a short person who does walk like this, even she said straight out, this is a woman, right? Have a look at the walk on this person.
Holden Astra was dumped. CCTV showing a man in a black jumper leaving moments later.
That was a woman. I don't give a fuck. That was a woman, okay? Right? But the main thing about the story is it's just shocking. That is just shocking. People going about their businesses and that in the morning getting a bit of exercise in and you are deliberately targeted and mowed down. Could have been killed. Not funny. Not even funny. The funny thing in this and all of this is how the police have critically got wrong that was not a man, that was a woman, right? Okay? Junkie fuck, right? Stolen car and that. And are we going to get an arrest? Oh, well, let's see, okay? Because the police are so about fucking giving people bail and fucking LGB fucking whatever, I'm a rooster and a fucking, you know, whatever you want to fucking be out there. I'll fuck it up, right?
Saw a dumped car here with a very crashed in window, and so at that point it looked like it had hit something.
Those images that we've seen online are disgusting.
You know, you reckon they'd have a police representative, right, doing the interview, right? That copper should be just out on the floor. They should be flooding the area for these scumbags, right? Not wasting their time. You know, you've got police representatives that aren't police that can make these interviews. Just let the police do their job, right? And that instead they're fucking standing behind cameras and they also have it, right? And so that's disgusting. So I'll put it to you, that's crime, right? Alphonse didn't do that. You know, there's Carl Williams didn't do shit like that. Benji Vedabin didn't do shit like that. They stuck within their own ranks and they fucked over each other in their own little world. Okay, innocent people might have seen, you know, their horrors of shooting and stuff like that. Their bullets pretty much hit their mark, you know what I mean? I can't recall of an innocent person being hit by a bullet until you came up to the Magni shooting at Love Machine, where the air controller was shot in the head and killed, and also the patron standing at the front. That's just, they're Wankster gangsters. You're not even fucking criminals. You're being dickheads. If I was a crime lord, right, okay, I would be, first of all, that infuriated that you fucking red lighted me, right? Not only, the police wouldn't even find you, I'd catch you first, and you'd be just like the cartel. You would be acid dipped, ripped apart, and everything. I would want no connection to it, okay? All right? A bit like Hudson. Look what happened to Hudson when he went berserk in the city. How can we forget that, right? A known bikie with the Finks in Queensland defects, comes to the Hells Angels, gets off his fucking head, has a fight at fucking Barcode in the city, runs loose through the city, kills a lawyer who walks over to help the girl that he's bashing her head in with, right? Runs off, and you know, he's dealt with by his own, right? Before he went to jail. If you notice, before he went to jail, he was nursing a critically wounded hand, right? That's because certain tattoos displaying certain colours, let's say that, right, were actually angle grinded off his arm. Okay? That's how real criminals handle fucking idiot criminals within their ranks. But how do you handle this? Okay? So what I'm asking is, how about we look at the jail system and look at the decent criminals we've put in jail, right? How about we let them out? Let them out and on the streets to sort this shit out. Right? Next story.
Were taken to hospital.
And no, but
I also aware,
Way back.
I'll just point this one out, right? Okay? I could be wrong, but
No,
I
you
don't
haven't.
think so. I really don't think so. This is a truck that's run up the arse of another truck, right? In Benane Tunnel, yeah?
Domain.
Domain Tunnel, right? That there isn't horse shit because that was carrying horses. That is dirt to seep up the diesel that had been dropped in a tunnel, right? If you look overhead, okay, overhead, right? A sprinkler system. You're in a tunnel. Bit dangerous. It's fuel on the ground. Sprinkler system. Anyway, just food for thought there, right?
Reopened.
This one's a beauty.
Vehicle, which police.
This one is the main story of the lot. This is
Ross,
the
okay,
Wankster
thank you.
Gangsters of fucking. It's amazing.
2 men have been killed after the stolen car they were in crashed into a power pole at Broadmeadows. Mimi Becker tells us multiple weapons were found in the vehicle, which police had earlier spotted travelling at dangerously high speeds.
A stolen car smashed to smithereens after it slammed into a power pole at Broadmeadows and left 2 men dead.
The engine of the car was 10 feet away on the grass. Yeah, you just knew that no one could have survived that.
It was just after 5:30 this morning when the Hyundai was speeding along Camp Road moments before the crash. The impact so severe it cut power to the area.
When this crash happened, the speed was estimated to be well in excess of 100 kilometres per hour.
Overnight, the Hyundai was spotted twice by police in Faulkner and Broadmeadows, while another driver reported seeing it on the Tullamarine Freeway, speeding at 180 kilometres an hour.
At no stage were there any attempts to intercept it or to pursue it.
Police
At no fucking stage did the police think, we'll go after that. I can tell you why at no stage did they pursue it. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because the car was stolen. So they got a registration of it on the first one, and they didn't bother going after it because it's stolen, already stolen. So they know the owner of the vehicle is not the owner of the vehicle. It's a stolen vehicle. They've got 2 fuckheads in the car, right, ripping around, okay. But did they think to put a chopper in the air? No, fucking just leave it. So these fucking, and I will, because it's human life gone, and that's very sad, right? But they want to play in this world of fucking thinking you're someone, right? I'm just going to ask you and put it to you. Why were they speeding to start with when they weren't being pursued? 180 kilometres an hour. Hit a fucking pole, right? The engine's dislodged out of the vehicle and flown 10 feet. Right, that's no mean feat, you know, it's fucking horrendous, right? And they've got weapons on board, right? So anyway, I'll explain how the accident happened in my view of what happened, right? Just listen to the story.
firearms in the car, including this sawn-off shotgun, the incident leaving residents angry.
Lives are at risk when people like that are out on our roads acting like that.
Camp Road had to be closed for most of the day as the major crash team combed through the wreck, while heartbroken relatives turned up to pay their respects.
They were
A police
beautiful
officer
people.
who had seen the car speeding in the area was the first to arrive on the scene. They made the grim discovery, and that police officer tried to revive the driver, but sadly he couldn't be saved. The passenger died at the scene. Investigators relieved no one else was caught up in this crime.
Let me just point out, I'll explain exactly how this accident, in my view, how it's happened, right? Okay? This is what's happened, right? Mary, stay there. Actually, no, I'll get a chair. Right. So this is what's actually happened.
Can you open the door as well? It's getting hot in here.
Just relax, you've got a few minutes, okay? Just put up with it, all right? I'm paying you well, all right? Okay?
You're paying me nothing.
Right? I'm paying you in love and licky licks, all right? All right?
Bloody idiot.
Anyway, so this is how it's gone. So I'm the driver of the car, right? Boom, boom. Hey, bro, this Hyundai goes good. Boom. This is the passenger now. On the crack pipe, right? Oscar, get out of the scene, will you? You're fucking it up, you fucking idiot. Right? So he's on the crack pipe. Hey, bro. Oh, this gear's good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Mind you, they've got no reason to be speeding whatsoever, knowing that they've got guns on board. This is how fucking good the crook fraternity is out there at the moment. Flying under the wire doesn't exist anymore, right? They don't even have red lights. They just fucking shine the MCG light on themselves, right? So the driver's burp, 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 and as he's doing it, right? He goes, oh, I want to have a suck. Give me a suck on the pipe. What do you like? Give me a... So he's taking the pipe. This is what's happened. And he's like, I imagine he's done this, right? And that, because the other one's going, oh, this is good gear. This fucking idiot would have done this. Dunk in his mouth, gone, oh, put his knees up to control the car. If only you could see, viewers, the view that I'm looking at when I look at this fucking camera and what he's wearing. Right? Oh my God. Anyway, right, I'll show you.
You're
right?
making me shake
Fucking
the camera.
hell. Talk about Subway, right?
Get stuffed.
Anyway, right? Fucking more rolls in that than a fucking croissant, right? Fucking hell. Bring me a present today?
Can you
Anyway.
continue?
All right, so he's done this, right? Because the burn's gone now, right? The stuff's starting to crystallise. How do I know this? Because I used to take ice, okay? But I never fucking did this in my life, right? He's done this. Oh, and put his knees up to control the car at 180. Ooh, and he hit a bump. Oh, shit, fucking, and he dropped the crack pipe, burnt his balls, right? And driven the car straight into a fucking pole, dead outright. That's what's happened there, right? Why else are you speeding, right, when you're not being pursued? I can only imagine if they had to deliver those guns. But this doesn't finish there. To the crook fraternity out there now, this current, privileged, these privileged criminals today. That's what we're calling privileged, right? Okay, you know better criminals. Okay, you fucking idiots. Even though you're dead, that investigation's not over, right? Okay, you've got guns in the car. So anyone who's handled the gun, numbers, anything where the gun's been fired, because it's even the firing pin and also the barrel, the police will do DNA testing and and testing like that, ballistics testing and everything else like that to see if the gun's where it's come from, whose hands it's been through, and everything. There's probably another 8 people that are going to get charged for this crime because of these 2 fucking idiots, right? Mind you, they're not young. They're not young, right? One's 37, one's 43, and the family are just distraught. It's sad that human life's gone, but the shocking part of this story, in the real, out of it all, this is the real danger that I'm going to point out. Do you want to know where that car was stolen from? Mind you, these people live in Coburg and Reservoir. 3743. Guns in the car. Stolen car. This is where they travel to get these cars. Moama. Scumbags are getting that far up there, right, and disturbing life in peaceful towns. That's where they're going. So out of all of this, it's lethal to the lengths these people are going to get these vehicles, right? Okay? And then it's how are they getting out there? I'm surprised, they're obviously pretty switched on to get all the way out to Maremma, mate, because, there's a few right and left turns and some flood gorge ways and stuff like that, and how they're not spotted up there, sneaking around, just makes you ask, where's the police, But you got to love the copper, no, we didn't pursue it, right? And it's why not? Why not? They're probably sitting back there, oh, well, it came to an end anyway. Let me just ask you this, say it didn't come to an end. Say they didn't crash. There's no way known that they didn't have drugs in the system. Absolutely no way known. Right? So they didn't crash. What was their motive to be travelling everywhere like that? So these Wankster gangsters today, and to the public, I split this. Which criminal fraternity in the decades would you prefer back on the street? Would you prefer your Troppy Reeds, or would you prefer your Wankster gangsters of today? Right? Because at the moment, what's happening in Sydney and all across Australia in these capital cities is there is no, per se, crime figures, leaders, right, that walk the street like men, okay, like back in my day, staunchly and proudly, right, not knowing that they don't run into people's homes, killing them, right, like the poor bloke in Doncaster, right, who's dead now, who's a doctor, killed by a 16-year-old boy who was out on bail, right, and that. Which ones would you prefer? Which standover, mafia type, if you want to organised crime types, okay, Okay, we use organised crime, but which organised crime fraternities would you prefer? The 2000s and onwards, or the 70s up to 2000s? You know. I mean, I know which one I'd prefer. I'd prefer the one where Pentridge Jail was open and every criminal in Victoria was fucking shit scared of going to Pentridge. Right? Okay? Chopper Reed was around and you had these fucking other people around, these staunch blokes that kept a bit of order and they fucking had a bit of prowess about them. If you made a bit of cavalier prowess, they, quite proud, but they could also back themselves up. I run into these fucking idiots, not all the time, but I've got a bit of a mouth and I don't look for fights, right? But I'm not one to back down. I don't like bullying. I think I've made that quite clear. But this is the problem where even I have to question what I do in regards to putting someone to shut up or stop it. They'll follow you. They will follow you, right? And they'll fucking target your house. And they're not the type where they're going to ring the doorbell back in the old day, right? Ring the doorbell. Yeah, you want to come outside, Justin? We've got a bit of a talk. No, they won't. They won't do that. They'll wait until I'm asleep and they'll fucking Molotov cocktail my car, my bike, my fucking home, right? Probably machete me as I get off my bike when I come home. I got followed for 20 kilometres on my bike because my music was too loud by this icehead junkie, right? Followed me into my driveway and said, mate, you think you're a fucking smart ass? Well, he lived to regret that day, right? And that he didn't even get out of the driveway. It was quite funny actually. And I did. I destroyed that person's fucking whole walk. His whole gait changed from then on, right? I really couldn't give a fuck because if you think you're a criminal and you're rocking up on people like that, or for example, mothers in cars driving along, and you fucking road rages out there, you think you're fucking tough and everything else like that, and then you fucking got your heads tattooed and everything else like that. Not that I've got against. I'm not fucking saying, and I'm not labelling people who've got their heads tattooed as your fucking idiots. What I'm saying is the people who originally got their heads tattooed and people who had tattoos that you could see back in the old days, you're being mimicked now by people who aren't like you. You need to be the ones to stand up and go, hey, not good, not cool, mate, not representing well. And as for you outlaw motorcycle gangs and just any vicinity where there's crime influences in there, can you control your fucking people? Control your people. And at the end of the day, where are the parents, mate? If that was my brother, the bloke who was killed in that car accident, I couldn't even go to his funeral. I'd be so ashamed. So ashamed. It's just a sad loss of life over the scale and the damage he's done before then. I guarantee you they got prize, the whole lot. Okay? So on that note, go get a pie, have a think about what I said. Which criminal fraternity would you think is okay to have back in society? The ones where we walked around and we went to Bojangles and we fucking no cashier and stuff like that, and we played with our own selves? Or is it the ones who don't even go to nightclubs because they're not even 18 yet to go to a fucking nightclub, right? To, walk around with the fucking gold chains and stuff like that. At least us crooks, we bought our cars, mate. We bought our chains, right? And we owned our shit. These fucking idiots still have it. The best thing is these warlord, they're calling these like Magni and other couple of people like that are staunch fucking high-rated fucking criminals out there. You know where they live? You know where they live? At home with mum and dad. That's how good they are as criminals. Fuck me dead. Now, before Mary hits pause,
No.
you have the phone? Give me the phone. Have a look what she's wearing. Look what I can open up. Come on. No. Go get a pie. See ya.